Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Casey and I really wanted to show you my blush collection today just because I've seen other people do it lately and I've enjoyed watching them, and I thought I have blushes I could show you. Maybe someone would find my blushes interesting. I am going to do blushes, highlighters, bronzers, and contours kind of all at the same time because I don't have tons of any of that. But I thought I really should probably have some makeup on first. And then I thought, see how my train of thought goes, that maybe I could just film a get ready with me and visit for a little bit, and then I could do the blush collection afterwards after I've already got makeup on and things. So that's what I'm going to do. That's why you're going to watch a get ready with me that may or may not be chatty. Maybe I'll just tell you what I'm using. Maybe I'll just speed it all up. Maybe you'll never see this video at all. So what I've done already is used a sunblock. All of my skincare products first. And then, because I've seen at least 3, maybe more people get this Sampar like no color makeup in their FabFitFuns, I thought I was just going to use it, and then I thought I would do the blush collection. But then I looked at myself in the mirror and thought, no girl, you should put on some actual makeup. So this is what this does. I feel like, in case you're interested in it, it definitely gives you some blurring effects. Definitely no color or coverage. But I don't see how it's different than if you just use a lot of the primers that have like that kind of silicone silky feel. You know, like the Professionals one, for instance. Like, yeah, any of them that leave you with that kind of silky feel. That's basically what this colorless foundation does. Mine, however, doesn't pump anymore. I have to actually take off the lid. I don't know, it's clogged. I could probably soak it in some water or something, but I've just been taking off the lid. So, I'm kind of debating whether I could just use this as my primer since it feels like that, or if I should actually use a primer. But since it's not really that important, I think I will just use that. I very rarely do any concealing, but since I have got this little Tula under eye thing, I have been using it under my eyes, feeling like maybe it does some sort of brightening or something. And I usually try to remember to do it before foundation. I have this Kevin Aquan glass globe base stuff that I rarely use. Maybe I could use it today. I think it's supposed to give you a lit from within kind of look. It feels like Vaseline going on. When I use it, I just kind of use it up high, and I feel like that's maybe slightly better for me than when I try to use highlighters after I use face makeup. However, now that that is like a cream kind of thing, the foundation that I've been liking, which is just like this powder of Pure that I use and put on, might not be great with like that Vaseline type product. So maybe I should actually use a liquid foundation, which I have several of, but I don't really like any that well. Probably this Beauty Blender one is the one I'm liking the most. I picked those up at like TJ Maxx, I think. Marshalls, at Marshalls, because they were $7, and even on the Ipsy sales they were more like, I don't know, 13. This Studio Makeup one that I got like either in Boxy or Ipsy, I just don't love it. Maybe I'll use that today to remember why I don't. It's just a tinted moisturizer. This Maybelline Fit Me I like as well as anything I have, and it's from the Dollar Tree. This Revision skincare, this is probably too old to use, but you know, I'm a hoarder and I don't throw things out. Just have an expiration date on there. Oh yeah, it's long expired. But again, I don't throw things out. It'll be fine. I won't use it on broken skin. How about that? But the color is really a little too light for me, I think. it actually looks pretty decent there. What else do I have? Jane Iredale one. It's almost gone. I should use it to get rid of it too, because it's also probably beyond expiration date. Yeah, I've definitely had it open for more than 12 months. But it also just isn't the best color. I think it's a little too yellow maybe. This Pure in One Tinted Moisturizer, again from either Ipsy or Boxy. This one I actually thought was a foundation at first when I opened it, and then it's just actually a BB base primer. So that's me being dumb. All right, well, let's use this Studio Makeup Tinted Moisturizer just so I can remember why I didn't like it. While I was in that drawer, I saw this Tristique contouring thing that I also never remember to use. Maybe I should use it. Let's see. That's off. I had a brush, it said. Kind of gummed up a little bit. Yeah, I'll blend better when I put on the rest of the foundation. Do you guys like chatty get ready with me's, or do you just suffer through them and try to fast forward to be supportive? Would it be fun to do chatty get ready with me's while I told, I don't know, a story? Let me think about what eyeshadow palette I want to use. That was a hard choice because I do want to play with my new Surge palette, but I know I'm going to, and I'm not going to forget. And the same with my new Tinkerbell one. But because I've just done some looks with them, I wanted to reach back a little bit so I just don't forget about some. Although I don't want to forget that I really did like this one that I just recently got from Ipsy. That Miami Nights $20 Shayna B palette. That I really did like those looks. But I have decided to go with this Ace Beauty Falling For You palette. Just because it's a fall palette, I'm afraid I'm going to not play with it that often. So I need to while I'm thinking about it and making a mental decision to do so. I'm going to use the Into You primer that's $3 on the Ipsy add-on sales pretty often, that I've only used one time, and I liked it okay. The only other ones I have right now are open is this Fenty one, which I have never thought, oh, like I'm wowed by that. My glitter glue one, and this one that was also in BoxyCharm, and it is so tacky, long-wear sticky pigment base that I don't really like it with a lot of shadows. This is very light colored, which I think helps. I really thought, since it's been a while, I should revisit the swatches. And I'm glad I did because, you know, they look really different. So, you know, it starts here with the orange and then gold. But look how different that one is. Anyway, okay, so I might make a mess of myself and wish I'd really never done this because I want to do something that I feel like I wouldn't normally do. And I'm very bad about always starting light and going to the darker shades, or starting with at least the transition and then going lighter and then to darker. And I've seen a lot of people say that a lot of times it works better, certain palettes work better blending from darker to lighter. So I'm going to try that while I'm messing around today. So maybe I'll use this pine cone here to start on my outer edges. And I don't know if this looks like packing and blending, but that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to tap it off just a little. It's not nearly as dark as I thought it would be, but I actually think since I went into my transition a lot more than I originally thought it was going to be, that that's perfectly okay. I'll come back and deepen it up later. Now I'm going to do something to kind of mix and buff, and I think I'm gonna mix the persimmon and candy corn. See how terrible that looks. I'm dipping into both of them and smacking it off. Well, it's definitely looking like something I wouldn't usually do. So I guess I've got it there at least. All right, I'm gonna do this cherry pie for my base shade because I know I normally would want the gold or the apple. And I probably will just use my finger. I might want to diffuse that a little bit with the pumpkin pie in between, where I'm going to go back in with the browner. And right now I feel like these colors clash terribly. I'm gonna do the gold cider right in the middle, or center, I guess I should say. My pine cone is definitely not dark enough, so I'm going to try to darken it, and if it doesn't, then I'll try out the chestnut. Making my little 7 that I do a lot. Okay, now I'm going to buff some more, just without dipping back in, but with the candy corn persimmon, which I'm really not thinking I probably should have chosen that. But I wanted different, and it's different. And diffuse that with the pumpkin pie again some more. I don't know. We will take a little of the pine cone underneath my eyes, and then, I mean, it's doing what I said I wanted, something different. I literally looked at the palette and thought, what colors would I not choose at all, and chose them. So I'm not sure why I'm thinking now, like, it's an interesting look. We'll leave it there, you know, while we fix the rest of things on my face. For my eyebrows, I have a few of these pencils. I don't know why I really have 3 of them open. I have the Winky Lux one that is supposed to be multi, color. This Wet n Wild one, which I like just as much as the Winky Lux and the Item. These I get, for $3 in the Ipsy add-ons though too. But I honestly prefer just using shadows. I have this Jane Iredale one that I've been wetting a brush and using forever. Or this one, this Believe Beauty, that I think, was either a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree kind of thing. And the same with this. I don't remember if they were Dollar Tree or Dollar General. But they were both cheap. I don't like either one of them as much as just the brown shadow from Jane Iredale, but they work. I also have one of those fiber waxes that's brown. I also don't like this very much. It just ends up feeling like when you use mascara and the brush is too big and it gets all over your face. That's what I feel like happens with this and my brows. I do like just a brow gel though, also. I'm gonna wet my brush just a little, use the brown shadow, and just do the tails basically. And some gel. I think this just needs a brown pencil. I'm going to use this Laura Geller Gilded Bronze. Because I got a lot of shadow on the waterline, which I didn't want to do, I'm going to go in with one of my whites and hit my waterline with my white. So I just need to lighten that up a little. I feel like that was more just to get rid of the shadow that I had down there. Let's see what mascara does to it. I don't know, I feel like I can either talk to you while I'm getting ready. That dangly weird thing. Or I can get ready and tell you what I'm doing. But I can't seem to get both things accomplished. I can't have a conversation about something and get ready and tell you what I'm using. My brain just doesn't work like that or something. When I think about interesting stories that I would have to tell, that anybody would have, you know, any interest in, I guess, at all. I have the story of why I quit working at an animal shelter. And I haven't shared it, mostly because I think it makes me sound like a lunatic. And I full on believe that I don't always think people are honest. And if I heard someone tell the story, I think I would think they were lying. And so that's a big reason that, you know, I haven't told the story, because I don't want everybody to think, oh my gosh, I thought this girl was actually pretty normal and she's a big exaggerator, fibber, crazy person. And I still don't, I think I just don't love that I did the whole candy corn persimmon, which is what is mostly showing, because, you know, that's what you can see on me. Not sure what I expected. Wonder if I could just lighten it up so I like it better by going over it with some of this squash. Maybe with this real thick brush, it'll just cover all up, everything that I've done. Maybe I should just live with it for a little bit and then decide how to do that. And then I also think if I'm going to do a blush video, maybe I should just not wear blush, and then I could at least apply some blush in the video that I'm doing about my blushes. I'm going to use a lip liner. This Thrive one is by far my absolute favorite. I only have a few. This Color Mate's one I got for the Dollar Tree full face of makeup thing. This Aveda one I've had for, I don't know, 10 or 12 years. Then the rest of these came from either Ipsy or BoxyCharm. So there's like the Saint Luxe. They were a 2-pack. Oh, actually, this one I've had for a long time too. It's a BioElements one. I used to sell this makeup at the salon that I worked at. That needs sharpened. Can't even show it to you. And then one of the Dulce ones. None of them are as nice or smooth or go on like this Thrive one. It's great. If you want to see my lips, I have to overline them just a smidgen. Otherwise, I have no lips. And I have really enjoyed these Tinkerbell lip glosses that I got, so I'm just going to use one of those. The only other story I've thought about doing, and I actually did it in a video and then decided I didn't like the way that I did it. But my husband and I were foster parents, and we adopted some children. And I didn't know if that would be an interesting story that you'd be interested in hearing about how we decided or how that process went. Well, I'll probably have to do some fancy editing to make this video, oops, I forgot I had a bread in over there, watchable, because it was long. I've been doing this for like an hour. But now at least I can do my blush video and have some makeup on in it. And maybe, yeah, maybe you don't need to see this video. All right. Well, if you do get to see it, thanks for watching it with me. I had a fine time hanging out with you and showing you all the things that I have in my little makeup station over here, which used to be a manicure table when I had a hair salon, which is why I have all these drawers on each side of it that, you know, I can pull out and stick things in. Okay. Did I say thank you for subscribing yet? Because thank you. And I'll see you in another video. Bye. I guess I should have showed you what the eyeshadow ended up looking like a little closer up. Still thinking about diffusing it with that soft pinker shade, but we'll see. I did end up blending out the top a little bit more and buffing it with that more neutral color, so I thought I would show you. I also took the gold on down into the lower inner corner and lower lash line. So this ended up being more the look that I'm gonna think I wanted to finish with.